Welcome to IoT Marketing Live. I'm your host, Tiffani Neilson, and with me is the CEO and founder of IoT Marketing, Johannes Beekman. How are you doing today, Johannes?
I'm doing great, Tiffany. And by the way, this is the last IoT Marketing Live of 2024. Can you imagine?
It's hard to believe, Johannes, but here we are. And to kick things off, we just concluded the 2024 Industry Insights IoT Awards, produced by our team at IoT Marketing. And we had the legendary Steve Brummer co-host the event, and it was very exciting. The ceremony awarded 10 winners, including businesses, products, and people. And the winners are Startup of the Year, Josh AI, IoT Company of the Year, HAE Innovations, Best IoT Security Solution of the Year, Riot Secure, Greenest IoT Solution of the Year, Schneider Electric, Case Study of the Year, Team Connext, IoT Platform of the Year, Soracom, IoT Product of the Year, Blues Note Card, Smart Manufacturing Executive of the Year, Kudzai, Mandy Teresa, and Most Inspiring Woman in Tech, Sarah Annette, and the IoT Executive of the Year went to Roy Degan. So congrats to all the winners. Anything that you would like to add about the awards, Johannes?
Well, first, thank you, Tiffany, for hosting the event. And the awards highlight the incredible innovation that's happening in IoT and in AI. And it was an honor to spotlight these trailblazers. So I'm so excited to see what happens with these winners and their products.
Thanks, Johannes. And our first story is on a request to stop writing new CIoT standards. Fierce Wireless recently released a deep dive study on cellular IoT devices and the issues related to their development and use. And growth is motoring along nicely, but they believe that the growth could be stronger if the wireless industry would simply stop releasing new standards. They claim that RedCap and eRedCap will work great, offering higher speeds than today's Cat-M and Cat-1 BIS solutions, with some energy savings. But most customers don't want higher speeds. Customers want lower cost, and they want longevity and support. In the 3GPP community, it's a reflex to keep pumping out new standards every 18 months, whether they're needed or not. According to their findings, some customers need up to 10 to 20 megabytes per second data speeds, but more than 75% of the market would be happy with 100 kilobytes per second. The challenge for the industry is to reduce cost and provide a stable catalog of devices so that developers can integrate devices into IT and OT applications with confidence. Instead, there are increasing costs and changes to the devices over and over again. The standards don't match the market, so suppliers are dragging their feet. A new standard is adopted in the smartphone world within a few months because it's a big market where customers buy new phones constantly. But in the CIoT world, we see the first RedCap devices now, despite standards available in 2022. We have 20 different cellular IoT radio standards and thousands of combinations of frequency bands and variations of SIM, eSIM, and iSIM. For a healthy device ecosystem, the article calls for settling into a market with 10 to 20 modules as building blocks, with 50 million plus volume for each individual module, and sticking with the basics of these modules for more than 10 years. That will give the chip vendors an incentive to push costs down, and it'll give developers a known stable platform to work on. Put simply, rehashing the standard does more harm than good. Johannes, what are your thoughts on the suggestion to stop writing new CIoT standards?
Well, Tiffany, the suggestion to stop writing new CIoT standards really highlights a critical misalignment between industry practices and market needs, and that's not good for the industry. So while innovation is important, CIoT customers prioritize low cost and long-term stability over constant upgrades. And the churn of new standards every 18 months often increases complexity and cost, hindering adoption and frustrating developers who need a predictable platform. So streamlining the ecosystem with fewer widely adopted modules could drive economies of scale, lower cost, and provide a stable foundation for developers to innovate confidently. Unlike smartphones, as you mentioned, where frequent updates align with consumer demand, IoT devices require longevity and backward compatibility. That said, completely halting new standards risks stagnation, A more balanced approach is called for, focusing on refining existing standards and ensuring that they meet real-world needs. This could maintain innovation while addressing the core challenges of cost, simplicity, and stability in CIoT deployments.
Thanks, Johannes. Next, AT&T will decommission its narrowband IoT and transition its services for business customers to its LTE-M network. So far, the company has begun planning the phasing out and decommissioning of the NB-IoT wireless network in the US and is helping customers transition their devices to alternative network technologies, namely LTE-M. The complete decommissioning of the NB-IoT network technology could occur as early as the first quarter of 2025, the company told IoT World Today. AT&T launched its NB-IoT network in April 2019, stating, "This new network will help unlock the next wave of IoT connections, and it's a big step toward massive IoT and 5G." With the network going online, AT&T was able to offer both NB-IoT and LTE-M networks to the US and Mexico. The devices that use these networks, such as utility meters, leak detectors, smart appliances, and streetlights, can be configured to go dormant when not in use, meaning they could go up to 10 years before needing a battery replacement. NB-IoT is the best suited for stationary use cases with basic data requirements like simple sensors, on-off buttons, smoke detectors, and industrial monitors, while LTE-M, with its broader bandwidth, is best suited to firmware and software updates, mobility, and voice-over services, the company said. Now, it appears AT&T is going all in on LTE-M for IoT coverage, at least until its efforts in the 5G sector bear fruit. So, Johannes, are you surprised to see AT&T decommission its narrowband IoT?
Not really, Tiffany. This decommissioning is not entirely surprising given the evolving landscape of IoT connectivity and the need to streamline services. While NB-IoT was initially launched to support stationary low data use cases, the rapid pace of technological change and the broad capabilities of LTE-M make the transition logical. LTE-M offers broader bandwidth, mobility, voice services, and support for firmware updates, making it a more versatile solution. By consolidating onto LTE-M, AT&T simplifies its offerings, reduces operational overhead, and positions itself for future IoT growth, especially as 5G gains more and more traction. That said, it is a significant shift for businesses relying on NB-IoT, and transitioning to devices to LTE-M may require time and resources, though AT&T's proactive approach to assisting customers with this migration is commendable. Ultimately, this move aligns with broader industry trends towards more robust and flexible connectivity solutions.
Thanks, Johannes. And combining the potential of generative AI and ambient IoT addresses the question, what if products could talk? Could a grocer, for example, ask a chatbot which crate of milk is the freshest, or which boxes of produce are safe? Could another retailer ask which shipment of goods has the smallest carbon footprint, and then ask those goods to explain why? Eventually, businesses can make their enterprise LLMs available to consumers so individuals can talk to products. Using a smartphone app, a consumer could ask a grocery chatbot for a recipe of only the freshest ingredients in the store, or ask a display of strawberries about the farm where they were grown, or ask an article of clothing to explain its origin and carbon impact. Ambient IoT gives businesses and consumers visibility into everything around them. By combining data and insights from trillions of everyday things with generative AI LLMs, it's possible to create more powerful, more knowledgeable, and trustworthy chatbots and ask them literally anything. Johannes, are you excited by the potential to make products talk using generative AI and ambient IoT?
Well, if I take it literally, then I imagine if you walk into a store and then the bananas start to talk to you, and then the apples start to talk to you, then the vegetables start to talk to you. It's going to be a totally new experience, Tiffany, if our vegetables and produce talk to us. But the idea of making products talk through generative AI and ambient IoT is incredibly exciting, in addition to what I just mentioned, and it has the potential to revolutionize how businesses and consumers interact with the physical world, Tiffany. By embedding sensors and connectivity into everyday items, combined with the powers of large language models, we could unlock unprecedented transparencies. Bananas could tell you where they came from and how they have been treated on the way, and utility. Imagine a grocer asking which crate of milk is the freshest, or a consumer learning a product's origin story and carbon footprint with a simple query. This convergence of AI and IoT not only enhances visibility into supply chains and product life cycles, but also empowers consumers to make informed decisions in real time. The possibilities for personalized context-aware interactions are immense, whether it's a recipe suggestion tailored to freshness or insights into sustainability practices. While there are challenges around data integration, trust, and scalability, the potential to create more knowledgeable and accessible systems is a game changer for industries and consumers alike. This could redefine the way we connect with the products and produce in the world around us.
Thanks, Johannes. And ESI and Satellite IoT join forces for global IoT via seamless satellite terrestrial integration. The partnership aims to enable seamless and ubiquitous global connectivity in locations where there is no cellular coverage from a mobile operator. It uses the new 3GPP Release 17 standard to achieve multi-RAT connectivity to non-terrestrial networks from a single SIM solution. Satellite IoT's partnership with ESI will provide comprehensive IoT connectivity solutions that cater to a wider range of applications and industries, driving innovation and operational excellence worldwide. Johannes, what's your take on ESI and Satellite IoT joining forces?
Well, it's a significant development, Tiffany, that the ESI and Satellite IoT are teaming up to deliver a seamless satellite terrestrial IoT connectivity. And by leveraging the new standard, Release 17, this partnership enables multi-RAT connectivity, essentially allowing devices to switch effortlessly between terrestrial and non-terrestrial networks using just only one SIM. The real impact lies in coverage. Many IoT use cases fail today because devices can't maintain reliable connections in remote or underserved areas. By blending satellite and terrestrial networks, this collaboration helps ensure connectivity in previously unreachable locations. Think about maritime, agriculture, mining, or environmental monitoring. It can open new markets and drive innovation by allowing organizations to deploy IoT solutions without worrying about coverage gaps. Overall, this partnership seems like a smart move toward more robust global IoT adoption. It tackles the core limitations in current IoT ecosystems, limited and fragmented coverage, and provides a path to more reliable, widespread IoT implementations.
Thanks, Johannes. And Google said Wednesday its artificial intelligence agent outperformed the world's best weather predictions. In a blog post, Elon Price and Matthew Wilson, researchers with Google's DeepMind, said its recently made AI ensemble model named GenCast provides better forecasts of both day-to-day weather and extreme events than the top operational system, the European Center for Medium Range Weather Forecasts, or ECMWF, ENS, up to 15 days in advance. The researchers said that they assessed the capabilities of ECMWF's ENS and GenCast through examining forecasts of different variables at different lead times, 1,320 combinations in total. And according to the American Meteorological Society, a forecast lead time is the length of time between the issuance of a forecast and the occurrence of the phenomena that were predicted. And according to the DeepMind researchers, their system beat out ENS on accuracy 97.2% of the time when it came to the forecast of different variables at different lead times. This cooperation between AI and traditional meteorology highlights the power of a combined approach to improve forecasts and better serve society, the researchers said. ECMWF told The Hill in a statement that GenCast marks a significant milestone in the revolution of weather forecasting. At the European Center for Medium Range Weather Forecasts, we are embracing this revolution and complementing our physics-based model, the Integrated Forecasting System, by building on top of open science for MLWP and developing the Artificial Intelligence Forecasting Systems, AIFS, which the ECMWF called our own live running MLWP. Wow, those are a lot of abbreviations. So to me, the bar is really low to outperform today's weather forecasting technology. But what are your thoughts on these claims, Johannes?
Well, wherever you are on this planet, you can always start a conversation with anybody talking about the weather. We sure like to talk about the weather, Tiffany. And while it's true that traditional weather forecasting methods have their limitations, the idea that the bar is really low may underestimate, and that's also what the article says, the complexity of forecasting weather. So forecasting weather accurately up to 15 days in advance involves a huge amount of data, intricate atmospheric models, and constant refinement over decades. The ECMWF, considered a global standard in weather prediction, has pushed these boundaries for a long time. What's striking about Google's AI model, GenCast, is that it outperforms very respected benchmark in a wide range of conditions, and this suggests a genuine step forward, not just surpassing a low bar, but real progress here. The integration of AI techniques with established methodological knowledge could lead to more, and hopefully will lead to more accurate and timely information, especially for extreme events. If this approach continues to improve, it might, and hopefully will, revolutionize how we anticipate weather, making forecasting more reliable and beneficial to the society as a whole.
Thanks, Johannes. And National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration head Rick Spinrad said this week that even as hurricanes, wildfires, and other weather events worsen, the use of innovative tech like cloud computing and AI is improving the agency's ability to predict and forecast them. Spinrad said NOAA, which houses the National Weather Service and owns or operates 18 weather satellites, archives about 230 terabytes of environmental data per month from various observational platforms, ranging from the sea to ships and even space. That data is then hosted by commercial cloud service providers and made available to the public and nascent climate industry through NOAA's Open Data Dissemination Program, or NODD. AWS, Spinrad said, now hosts 32 petabytes of environmental information, or about half of NOAA's holdings. Our ability to collect these data and put them on NODD, store them in a system that allows AI applications is really critical, Spinrad said. And it's not just for our use at NOAA. We are supporting a burgeoning climate industrial effort, a commercial weather enterprise. We are now collecting through environmental information enough environmental intelligence to make a fundamental difference. So what's your feedback on this story, Johannes?
Well, NOAA's approach of leveraging cloud computing and AI to handle these vast amounts and quantities of environmental data is a promising development for both weather forecasting and the broader climate industry. As hurricanes, wildfires, and other extreme events become more frequent, having a robust infrastructure to manage and process massive data sets can significantly enhance predictive accuracy. By hosting the vast trove of environmental information on commercial cloud platforms, NOAA allows private entities, researchers, and even the public to access these datasets, accelerating innovation and supporting the creation of new climate-focused products and services. This strategy highlights a shift from the more traditional siloed models to a more open and collaborative ecosystem. It not only improves NOAA's own forecasting capabilities, but also fosters a thriving commercial and research environment aimed at understanding and mitigating the effects of climate change. In short, embracing cloud and AI solutions isn't just a technical upgrade, it's a strategic move that can help communities better prepare for and respond to an increasingly volatile natural world.
Thanks, Johannes. And a new study from Stanford Researchers has highlighted the untapped potential of large language models, a form of artificial intelligence to improve the accuracy of medical diagnoses and clinical reasoning. The researchers presented a series of cases based on actual patients to the popular model ChatGPT-4 and to 50 physicians asked for a diagnosis. Half of the physicians used conventional diagnostic resources such as medical manuals and internet research, while the other half had ChatGPT available as a diagnostic aid. Overall, ChatGPT on its own performed very well, posting a median score of about 92, the equivalent of an A grade. Physicians in both the non-AI and AI-assisted groups earned median scores of 74 and 76, respectively, meaning the doctors did not express as comprehensive a series of diagnosis-related reasoning steps. The counterintuitive findings suggest that physicians have room to better learn and utilize these sorts of AI tools to their fullest, the scholars say. With effective training and clinical integration, they believe large language models in healthcare settings could ultimately benefit patients. Johannes, what's your take on AI improving medical diagnostic accuracy?
Well, first off, it's amazing that with the large language models, and we've been working with them for maybe 5 to 10 years, but it's amazing that they already have reached this level of quality. And the Stanford study suggests that the large language models like ChatGPT and others could play a very important role in improving diagnostic accuracy. On its own, as you mentioned, ChatGPT performed at an A level, outpacing the reasoning steps offered by physicians who relied on conventional services. Yet, when the physicians had access to the AI tool, they didn't show a significant improvement, which is what you would expect. And that then highlights a key point here. Technology alone doesn't solve problems without proper integration. The takeaway of this study is that AI has tremendous potential, but clinicians need training and practice to fully harness its capabilities. With thoughtful implementation and education, these tools could enhance the diagnostic process, ultimately improving patient care and health outcomes.
Thanks, Johannes. And for our last story, Meta looks to nuclear power for future AI data centers and seeks up to 4 gigawatts by the 2030s. Meta is turning to nuclear energy to power its expanding data centers, aiming for up to 4 gigawatts of new capacity by the 2030s, and their goal is to secure reliable zero-carbon energy to meet growing AI demands and support the U.S. electric grid. This matters because Meta's push aligns with the broader tech industry trend, with companies like Amazon and Google also investing in nuclear energy to support their data centers and sustainability goals. Meta has issued a request for proposals to find partners capable of managing every stage of nuclear development, from finding sites to construction and operation. U.S. data center power usage is expected to triple by 2030, and Meta believes nuclear energy will provide the stable, consistent power needed for this expansion. Meta's plan to secure up to 4 gigawatts of nuclear energy is ambitious, equivalent to roughly 4 traditional nuclear plants. It reflects a growing trend in the tech industry where giants like Amazon and Microsoft are also making moves into nuclear power to address soaring energy needs. Johannes, what are your thoughts on Meta's push to go nuclear?
So Meta's decision to pursue nuclear energy for powering its AI data centers reflects a growing push among the tech giants towards more stable, low-carbon energy sources. With data center power usage expected to triple between now and 2030 in the next 5 years, and AI workloads surging going forward, traditional renewable solutions like solar and wind are not able to guarantee the round-the-clock reliability that Meta and the other tech giants need. So nuclear energy offers a steady, zero-carbon power supply that could help ensure both environmental targets and operational consistency. However, this move isn't without its challenges. Regulatory bottlenecks, uranium supply constraints, and local community concerns could slow down the rollout. It will also test whether It will also test whether large-scale nuclear projects can be delivered more rapidly and cost-effectively than in the past. Ultimately, Meta's approach underscores a broader trend. As the tech industry's energy demands grow, companies are seeking innovative, long-term solutions. If Meta can navigate these hurdles, it may help define the blueprint for a cleaner, more resilient energy infrastructure in the decade ahead.
Thank you, Johannes. And as we wrap up, we would like to invite you to catch a glimpse of the future by attending the 2025 Emerging Trends Forecast, taking place on January 23rd, 2025 at 11 a.m. Pacific. And this event will feature experts and industry leaders providing valuable insights and predictions on the hottest technology trends for the year ahead. And if you missed the chance to catch the sessions during the Summit of Things 2024, it's not too late to join the event platform. Act now to hear from more than 30 speakers on tips and strategies for digital transformation, IoT, AI, and other advanced technologies. You can visit the virtual expo hall, connect with like-minded individuals in the networking room, and via DM. And you can register to attend all of our events and read further on the topics shared in our blog, all on our website, iotmktg.com. As the year draws to a close, many of you may be planning your 2025 marketing objectives, and we would love to remind you that IoT Marketing offers end-to-end marketing, PR, and production services to help you in meeting your goals in the year ahead. From lead generation to thought leadership to content creation, our experienced team is here to alleviate your marketing challenges. So book a free consultation with us to learn more. Any final words, Johannes?
Well, the year 2024 has been incredible, Tiffany. So much innovation and so many new developments that have shaped the industry. However, it is becoming increasingly challenging for brands to rise above the noise and stand out. So if anybody's looking to set the tone for 2025 with impactful strategies and fresh ideas, our team at IoT Marketing is here to help. Contact us today and let's start the new year on a strong and focused note.
Thank you, Johannes. And thank you all so much for joining us today. And be sure to register for our upcoming events at iotmktg.com. Happy holidays, everyone. Thanks, Johannes. Bye-bye.
Thanks, Tiffany. Happy holidays.